Realtor today, and I was asked recently about becoming a realtor, what it takes to succeed to be a realtor, and more importantly, what's the good, the bad, and the ugly. And in our industry, unfortunately, I think you always only hear about the good. Get licensed, you'll make a lot of money. You always hear this. And you know what? Half of it is horse crap because it has an 80% failure rate. So I've been in the business for 23 years as a broker. And I wish someone would have told me this 23 years ago. So I created a list of the 7 things I wish someone would have told me before I became a realtor 23 years ago to succeed in this business. And we're going to go through the list one by one. All right. First, this is a business. You are an entrepreneur. Yes, you're a licensed agent that works under a broker. Your success is tied directly to you, not to the broker. You are an independent contractor. So if you want to succeed, you have to approach this already as I'm an entrepreneur. And that is a complete different mentality than I'm a realtor. I'm a realtor is I just need to meet buyers and sellers and show them houses, get them under contract so I can make money. An entrepreneur actually has a business plan, which I'm going to go through and the other stuff. But they actually have a plan of how they're going to succeed, what that looks like, and what it's going to take to get there. Big difference. Number 2, you have to work 6 to 7 days a week. Yes, a lot of people got into this business because they wanted flexibility in their day. And yes, they get flexibility. I myself have flexibility. I take my daughter to school. I pick her up from school. I take her to volleyball. I take her to mariachi practice. I still work 10 hours a day. There's no way around it. I still work on weekends when everybody else is doing family things because that's when people are available to meet. So if you're not willing to work 8 to 10 hours a day, you will not succeed in this industry. You will be consistently inconsistent. You'll be an accidental realtor, meaning you'll do business with family and friends when they call you because you are licensed. Oh, and by the way, the laws are changing in July. That might not even be an option anymore. And I will do another video explaining that. So, you're an entrepreneur, number 1. And 2, you have to work 7 days a week. If anybody tells you otherwise, if anybody says you're going to make a killing and you only have to work part-time, they are full of shit. There is no shortcuts in this industry. There's no shortcuts in any business you run. 3, you cannot be scared to make mistakes, and you're going to make a lot of them. When you first become a licensed realtor, you are going to make a crap load of mistakes. And let me explain why. You go, you study, you take the test, you pass it. You still have no idea how to be a realtor. You have no idea how to problem solve because you don't know what to expect. You have no idea what to expect because you've never done it before. I hope the first 3 deals you have are absolutely disasters because that's the only way you're going to learn. This is a practical job. I can teach you theory all you want. Trust me, until you make the mistake, you're not going to learn. So do not be scared to make the mistakes. You need to pick, number 4, you need to pick what you want to be known for. This one can take some time. Meaning, do you want to focus on buyers? Do you want to focus on sellers? Do you want to focus in a city, a county? Do you want to focus on a price point? Do you want to focus in a certain community? Do you want to focus in a certain type of property, maybe commercial, maybe residential, maybe townhouses, maybe condos? Do you want to focus maybe on only investors? This is extremely important because this will focus your message. The problem we did, this included me, is you become everything to everyone. One day you're showing houses in Fontana. One day you're showing houses in Victorville. One day you're out in Lake Elsinore. And you're all over the place because you want business. But there's no strategy behind that. You're just running around with you're a chicken with a head cut off. You cannot succeed like that. And we all do it in the beginning because we want the business, but it cannot be maintained, and that you cannot succeed doing it that way. So for example, I went from serving all of Southern California, I had no problem showing houses in San Diego, to now 90% of my brand, of my marketing is Riverside. Now, does that mean I don't show houses in San Diego? If I have an investor that wants to buy a $2 million home on the beachfront and I have a relationship with them, I'm going to drive down there. But I no longer will advertise in San Diego. I'm not going to promote in San Diego. You have to pick what you want to be known for and where you want to be known for, that location. And that's the message you have to give, which then follows the next number 5. What's your brand? What do you want to be known for? Do you want to be known as the expert? Do you want to be known as an expert in that community? Do you want to be known as an expert realtor? Do you want to focus on the Hispanic market, Asian market, Chinese market? Do you want to focus Spanish-speaking market? Do you want to be known as the expert for first-time buyers? Do you want to be known as the expert for investors? Do you want to be just sellers and listing? Do you want to be a listing expert? You must decide what your brand is going to be. So if you've seen my career, I didn't have a brand the first 15 years. I was just a licensed broker. My brand now is Paco the Realtor. Sarcastic, expert, storyteller who has a teenage daughter who has sass, who runs around the community always doing stuff and is extremely sarcastic. That's me. So the way I decided to go about it is I'm going to be me. And sarcasm is me. So that's what I chose. So my brand is Paco the Realtor in Riverside, dad to a teenage daughter who's extremely sarcastic. You need to figure out what that is. I wish I would have figured this out 23 years ago, but nobody told me. I just, hey, you're looking to buy and sell? I'm your man. That was it. So that's number 5. Number 6, it will take time to make money. 3 to 6 months doing it full time. And if you're doing it part time, it's going to take a lot longer. There is no shortcuts. You might get lucky that a friend, a compadre, a neighbor, a relative finds out your license and they just happen to want to buy and sell, and you're in the perfect place. That's fine. But if you're consistently going to make money, which is what we want, it's going to take time to build the database of people who know you. Build your social media, which, by the way, FYI, you better be comfortable doing social media, because if you're not, you've already cut out 80% of the market. Unless you want to go door knocking all the time, and I don't know very many people are going to open the door for you. So you have to understand that. So that means when you get into it, if you don't make money in 3 months, you can't just quit. It doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. And remember, the assumption is that the other 5 things you're doing it full time. You're consistently out there. You're consistently branding. You're consistently meeting people. If you're doing all that, in 3 months, you'll get your first. If you're not doing all that, 8 months, a year, it's up to you. And the last one, and to me the most important one, you have to act like you're the mayor of your town or the area you choose to work in. You got to be kissing babies and shaking hands. You got to go get to know all the business owners. You got to go to all the networking events. You have to be known. When you walk into that room, they have to say, that's Paco the Realtor. That doesn't mean they're going to hire you. Doesn't mean you're going to get along with them. That's not the point. You have to be known. It is your job every single day to be seen and or rejected. Be seen and or rejected. The number one mistake realtors make is what? They're what we call silent, quiet, private agents. They just hope that by being licensed, that is good enough. And let me tell you something, that isn't good enough. If all these 7 are stuff you want to do, give me a call. I'll talk to you about it. I'll do a disc profile. I'll make sure it's something you want to do. If it's not, then maybe this industry is not for you and you shouldn't waste your time.